gonna be starting production here shortly on some new projects, and I figured that's the perfect opportunity to dive kind of back into some of my old short films that, by the way, you can't find anywhere because they're all private, because I personally think they kind of suck. But people tell me they like them, and I do think there is some good things about them. So maybe today I'll rediscover my love for them. So let's just get into watching my first short film after film school called The Clown. Came out in 2016, so let's get into it. It's actually been a while since I've watched this, so I'm kind of excited to get back into how awful this might be. Okay. I'll pause it right here. So around this time, I wanted to make this short film because I don't know if you remember, there was a lot of people dressing up like clowns and just like harassing people. So I was like, I'm gonna make a short film pretty much about this. And that's what the short film was about. And that's why it's called The Clown. So 2016, there was an outbreak of clown sightings correlated to murders. Now, they weren't necessarily correlated to murders, if I remember correctly. It was just kind of people messing with and kind of harassing people. But maybe there were some murders, but the short film is about that. So, okay. So I did film this out in Miami City in Florida. This is gonna sound crazy, but I have like some bucket list shots, and one of them has always been filming someone riding a bike, because you always see in movies. I mean, I literally made a whole video about my love for bikes in film. And yeah, I was so hyped when I got the shot. I'll throw some behind the scenes footage of me filming this shot. I was pretty much laying in the bed of a truck getting the shot. It probably would have been done very differently. I have car rigs and such now, or we might have gotten this with the drone. The car passing was just accidental, but I think it actually kind of added to it a little bit. Just maybe. I'm sure that person was annoyed that we were driving so slow and blocking the road. So I'm gonna try not to pause it that much. Maybe I'll just let it play through and then go back and talk about it. But Vibrant Aspect was the first production company I made that's still actually active to this day. I just don't run it anymore. But yeah, a lot of love for Vibrant Aspect, or Vibrant Aspect Media. It's honestly hard to pronounce. Vibrant Aspect Media. I probably could have come up with a better name that didn't take so much effort to say it, but yeah. I honestly like the way this is shot. I was lucky enough to have a friend that got me access to this like foreclosed home, which fit perfectly with what I was trying to do for the short film. We had a previous location that we actually got kicked out of, and it was like a burnt down building that this whole short film was gonna take place in. And pretty much this character, I actually forget the character's name in the short because there's no talking in this short. So I forget the character's name, it was a while ago. But this character was just pretty much exploring abandoned places. And that's kind of how he gets wrapped up into the situation. Okay, so far it's not bad. So the one thing I will say is that the sounds of him walking through the grass are added later and they don't match up. It pisses me. This might be the reason I hate the short film. Like that doesn't match up. Like, why did I do that? I don't understand what was going through my mind to where I didn't like put in the effort to match the footsteps. It pisses me off so much. Overall, I like all the shots though of these. It was filmed on the GH6, I forget the lens, but it was filmed on the GH6. And I like the color grading, I like the way it's shot, the framing of everything. I like the music too. I'm pretty hard on myself about all my short films I've done up until this point. I think my script writing has gotten a lot better. I think my filming has gotten a lot better, even though this isn't bad filming. I think my overall just ability to do good projects has gotten way better. So I'm really hard on myself when it comes to like short films made around this time in my life. And I wasn't really confident in my dialogue writing skills, so a lot of my early short films don't have that much dialogue. This one is just, there's no dialogue in the entire thing, so. And of course, all natural lighting. At this point, I didn't have any lighting. My boom pole, which you can see in the behind the scenes, my boom pole was just a broomstick with a boom, with a shotgun mic duct taped to it, and then a long extension cord connected to my camera, so. Also, these sounds don't match up either. The sounds of him eating, they're added in post, and it's so bad. Horrible sound design, but this was my first short film out of film school. But you still think I would have been able to properly do that. Also, a lot of times I was not filming in a proper shutter. Not that there is a proper shutter, you can, artistic approach to everything, but it doesn't look good, I don't think. I'm filming like way too low of a shutter because I was trying to get that extra light, because I wasn't using any lights. Not bad. Sound effect was horrible, but should have been more like a thud. That sounded like bones breaking, and maybe his nose did break. Oh yeah, I guess he hit him on the side of the head. Nothing else. I digress. I don't hate that sound design choice. I probably would have chosen a better sound effect. I believe this was my friend Austin's choice. I think he asked if he could just like be weird as the clown. And I think it turned out pretty well. I think I would have written this a lot differently too. The premise was this guy dressed up in like a clown mask just wanted to mess with him. But it's like, why did he tie him up if he was just immediately gonna let him go so he could like mess with him? Like, why tie him up in the first place? Just knock him out, and then when he wakes up, you can start messing with him. So just little things like that. I think my script writing has improved drastically. It's not the best. Like, I like this part. I think he actually punched him on one of these as well, if I remember correctly. Yeah, not a great sound effect, but honestly not the worst short film. Not a happy ending for sure, but maybe it's a good message, like maybe don't explore abandoned buildings. But also, why is this guy dressed up in a clown outfit literally in the middle of nowhere? Like, is this guy's foreclosed house? Is he just hanging out here, I like these credit shots too. But yeah, that's the clown short film. It's honestly not as bad as I remember it. I'm really hard on myself with my projects, and I think the worst thing about this is the sound design. Other than that, I think it's a pretty straightforward premise, so I think it does its job with that. 2016, a long time ago now at this point. That was that. Hope you enjoyed me going through it. I privated all my old short films because I hate them, but there are some redeeming things about them that I think are pretty good, and probably why people have seemed to really enjoy them over the years. I'm gonna keep them private, but if you enjoy this, I'll go through my other short films because I've done actually a lot of short films. I would love to go through and maybe explain my thought process and why they were so bad in my mind, and how I've improved and such. But yeah, I would love to keep doing this series, so hit that subscribe button, let me know what you think, and yeah, maybe I'll see you next time. All right, bye.